Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem HaKadosh. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth to rule well. And I want to say Shalom to Akim and Akwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. Alright, this one's titled The True Nature of the Edomites, Part 3. They are proud. Alright, and of course this is going, this is part of an ongoing series, alright, called The True Nature of the Edomites. Alright, of course abbreviated to EASE because you don't want the E's getting touchy, right? You don't like that word Edomite popping up in videos. Every once in a while we can get away with it, but I said, hey, since I'm already on a strike, why risk it, right? Just play it smart. It's unfortunate, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? So, let me adjust the screen here. So, the true nature of the Edomites, Part 3. They are proud, and the Edomites are very, very proud people, man. They are a very proud people. Now, let's start off with the definition of proud, okay? Let's see what it means. And it's not the first one, all right? We'll read the first one regardless, just to show you that that's not what it is.
Proud.
Okay?
Proud.
Okay, it's an adjective. The first definition: feeling deep pleasure or satisfaction as a result of one's own achievements, qualities, or possessions, or those of someone who with whom one is closely associated. All right, and that definition isn't necessarily pride. It can be if you're not careful, but for example, you know, there's certain things that you can't be like that with, and there's certain things you can. And the truth, you can't feel, you know, the deep pleasure of your own achievement. All right, that would be pride. You know, we all know it's through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, but in the same way, you might put a lesson out and be like, wow, I really like that lesson I did. All right, and you're satisfied with it, right? Not to the level of pride. Or you might be an artist, right? And you might draw something. You might be like, wow, I'm happy with that, you know, like, because that's another one. Happy about, at, with, I'm happy with that. Or a lesson, I'm pleased with that. I'm happy about that. I'm glad with, you know, that I made this. That's not necessarily pride. Now, it can be if you're not careful, okay, but that's not necessarily pride. That's what some people think pride is. That's not really what we're talking about biblically, pride, all right? Having, you know, feeling a sense of accomplishment because you did something. All right, you're proud that you got your car running and it wasn't running, or you're proud that you were able to do something. That's not necessarily the pride that we're talking about. That's actually something just completely different. All right, that word pride goes back to definition 2, which is having or showing an excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance, or it could be of one's achievements. Okay, which would go back to that first one. So you got to be careful with that first one, because you know, if saying, oh wow, man, me and the brothers, man, we got the car running. You know, hey, well, who does that all go back to? That goes back to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, right? You might be happy you got it together, but you have to, you got the car running. But really, there's no real reason to be proud of over a situation like that, because that's all through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Same thing with even making art, all right? It's all through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Now, you might be happy that you did something, all right, but that has to be within reason, all right? You fixed the car. Wow, you know, we worked all day and we got it. You know, we're happy about that. You're happy with it. You're glad. You're pleased. It pleased you, right? You're happy that you were able to do that. But again, you gotta, you know, give credit where credit's due to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and you can't let that become overly inflated. All right, to a point where it becomes definition 1 starts to become definition 2, which would be having or showing a higher, excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. Yeah, man, I knew I could fix that car. You know, that transmission, you know, I fixed like 355 transmissions in the last, you know, 8 years, man. I'm the best transmission fixer ever. You know, you got a problem with your car, you know me. Hey, I'm that guy. You know, nobody fixes cars better than me. That's when it starts, you know, becoming definition 2, having or showing a high or excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. All right, you gotta step back and understand where you're at, okay? You know, you fixed the car, it was a transmission issue, you're like, man, I can't believe I fixed that, man. I was working all day on that, man. I'm so glad I got it. And then you're like, man, hey, I'll praise the Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai for that, because he's really the one that got this done and gave me the ability to do that. That's how you should go about things, right? You know, you might be happy, but it's all through Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Definition 2, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is not even the picture. You're not thinking about him. You don't care about him. He's somewhere in the background. You're like, yeah, me, I did this. This is me, me. right? It's all about you, you did it, I did it, we did it. Not even we, it's just you, right? You become very proud, and it says the example is a proud, arrogant man. That goes back to that word arrogance, all right? Definition 2 would go back to arrogance. If you're happy about a situation, if you brewed an especially good cup of coffee, you could be like, wow, I can't believe I was able to do that. That was delicious. And then of course you give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because it's really none of your doing. All right, in all things we give praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, in great matters and small, right? So, I believe that's actually a scripture. Let's see. In all matters, great and small. Not that one. It might be, come on. Yeah, this is, I'm kind of blending two scriptures together, Slakia. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 18. And everything, small and great, right? Everything. And everything, that means everything, and everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai concerning you, all right? Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, the Father through the Son, right? And then it goes on to, it talks about not quenching the spirit, don't despise the prophecies. All right, and it says, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. So excellent, 1 Thessalonians 5 has excellent knowledge, okay? Verse 17, we should have got 17 before 18. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 17 says, pray without ceasing, and everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh Shai concerning you. All right, we got to give praise to Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? It's not by any of our own doing, all right? It's all through Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. So who should we give credit to? Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. Now jumping in back on these Edomites, all right, we're just giving you general advice on pride, right? We've done lessons about pride, but this lesson's about the pride of Esau, all right? Completely different type of pride. Now, it can affect Jake's too, all right? We want to get more, all right? Just to give you that real, pack that punch right before we jump into the lesson about what is pride, all right? It says having or showing a conscious of one's own dignity, becoming arrogant, right? Arrogant, conceited, vain. Let's get some of these words. Arrogant. Having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or ability. And exaggerated, what does exaggerated mean?
Exaggerated.
Regarding or represented as larger, better, or worse than in reality. So it's better than in reality. Thinking you're better than you really are, right? Thinking you're better than you really are. Having an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities, and that's Esau to the T, man. They're arrogant. They think they're better than they really are. Don't you know you're on the bottom of the list, man? You're at the bottom. All right. Even the heathen, all the other heathens are. Let's do a. I can just open Paint. I can just open Paint once it loads. I never remember Paint taking this long to load. I probably typed it too fast and the computer's shitting itself. All right, so check it out. What's the new version of Paint? Okay, so here's Israel. Well, here, the Most High is up here, right? Then you got, the Most High and His Son, right? And you have Israel down here, all right? Or really up here would be the elect, all right? And then up here would be the 144, which is part of the elect. And then you'd have Israel, all right? And then you'd have all the other nations after Israel, and then right here on the bottom is Esau. They're on the bottom, man. They're on the bottom of the bottom. Okay, they're on the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. Okay, so for them to be arrogant, that is an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities. They're egotistical, self-important, full of oneself, right? Pompous, overbearing. They think they're superior. The word's superior, but they think that they're superior because they're not superior, right? So there's a bunch of words. Snobbish, right? Snooty, acting high and mighty. And that's those people. The opposite would be humble and modest. Esau's not humble nor modest. Okay, they're arrogant. They're arrogant, and they have having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities. It's exaggerated, which means it's they think it's better than it really is in reality. Okay, now another scripture that comes to mind, all right, is this one right here. think higher of himself. A man ought not think higher of himself than he ought to. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Romans 12:3. It says, Romans 12:3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly. This is for the Israelites, of course, because it says, as according as Yahweh hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. Okay, so obviously the Edomites aren't going to follow this. Okay, if it has anything to do with the Lord, they don't want it, right? Why? Because they are proud. They don't need the Lord. Why? Because they're proud. They can do it themselves. They don't need the Lord because they're proud, right? At least that's what they think. They don't need the Lord because they're proud. They don't need exterior help because they're proud. They can do that because they're proud. They can get all things because they're proud. They can take all the money because they're proud. They're proud people, all right? They're proud people. The true nature of the Edomites, part 3, they are proud. I'm proud, right? Fucking SpongeBob, right? I'm ugly and I'm proud, right? That's Esau, all right? They're stupid and they're proud, all right? They're stupid and they're proud. Instead of SpongeBob on the roof, I'm ugly and I'm proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Esau's up there. I'm stupid and I'm proud. I'm stupid and I'm proud. All right? They think they think of they think that there's something when really they're nothing. Okay, as the scripture says, it's not. You shouldn't do that. All right, and you're only deceiving yourself. Here, let's get that. Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself, and that's Esau, man. That's Esau, and really it goes back into 4, but let every man prove his own work, and then he shall have rejoicing in himself alone and not in another. All right, and this goes back into good, it goes into good advice for the brothers. And in verse 6 it says, let him that is taught in the word communicate unto him that teacheth in all good things. So, but this can be used for Esau too, in the matter of fact that he's a man that thinks himself to be something when he's nothing. Right? And it says it basically says don't do that, man. All right? Don't do that. I mean, you can tell this is speaking to Israel because it says in verse 2 it says bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach. And that doesn't mean, pay someone's bills and now you're good. You fulfilled the law. That's not what it's talking about. All right? But you should help. Okay? So, but we're not going to get all into that at the time being. Verse 3 is really the point which we're dealing with today, because that's a good example of Esau. For if a man think of himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Esau's on the bottom. They're definitely not anything, all right? But he thinks that he's something. He thinks that he's the best warlord, that he's the best, this, the best that, the best inventor, the best this, the best that. Well, all the things that you think you're the best at, you've stolen, all right? You've stolen. And Esau, it really pisses Esau off when Jake does anything better than them. That's why they got the lie. That's, but they can't really with sports because Jake always dominates sports. All right? Jake always dominates sports. You let him do bobsledding, they're going to dominate bobsledding. Let him do basketball, they're going to dominate basketball. You let him do football, they're going to dominate football. I mean, look at like if you brothers have ever watched Remember the Titans, man. Ever since they started letting so-called black people into football, now look at it. Who are all the greatest players? All right, now they try to say something. Tony Romo and Peyton Manning and who else? If you look up greatest football players, they'll try to put the whitest people, right? Not the greatest, but the greatest football players of all time. All right, now let's see. Yeah, look, Pele. Well, that's football. That's soccer. American. That's what we should do. NFL. Peyton Manning, all these guys, every once in a while you'll have a Hispanic person. It looks like more Jake's getting in there, but at one point in time, Aaron Rodgers, that's who he transferred to the Jets. We talked about it the other day. Which all these guys, and that, Patrick Mahomes, I'll agree with that. That's my team though, Kansas City Chiefs, that's where it's at. So I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. And I don't know what Mahomes is. He could end up being a terror. Now his mom's white and his dad's black, so-called black, right? So-called white, right? So, but who knows? He could go back to being A tear. You can't necessarily say that, but I think he might be a Jake. He's a little strange. That's what makes me think he might be a tear. But his arm, dude. I don't know. You know. So who knows? And that's probably why he's got, that runs in the family. He's the son of former Major League Baseball pitcher Matt Mahomes. So he's probably got that arm. That arm. They got that arm. His father was a pitcher. And here he is being a QB. So hey. But anyway, that's besides the point. But there's Jake in there. But at one point in time, I mean, it would have been all white, and that's showing you that over the years. And look, NFL top 100, Patrick Mahomes in there. He hasn't even been playing for all that long. All right, when did Mahomes join NFL? 2017. Before that, he was in the Texas Tech. All right, so he was college in 2014. So in a matter of, what is that? I'm bad at math. We already talked about this the other day. 9 years. In a matter of 9 years, this guy is already one of the greatest football players of all time. He's took the Chiefs, to the Super Bowl on multiple occasions. All right, this guy is a fucking monster when it comes to football, dude. All right, so he could just be a Jake. All right, if when you just show up out of nowhere, bam, and you start just like boom, boom, boom. Look, in 2020 signed a 10-year contract worth $477 million. Okay, the third largest known contract in sporting history. This guy is fucking crazy, man. All right, and so they're just killing it, man. They whooped the Cardinals' asses the other day. I didn't watch it, but I don't really watch football that much. I kind of just keep up with it from word, from ear, and gently root for the team, right? I don't really keep up with it too much. I'm not, super into football as most people would be, but I still got my team, I like playing the Madden every once in a while. It's been a while, but every once in a while. I'm not the biggest football fan, I'll admit it, but I still got my team, right? But when you see things like that, Jake dominating everything, all right? And they don't like that though. All right, they like to think that they're better than they really are. That's why but back in the day, that would have been all white people. But now, Jake dominates in everything, all right? And they don't like that. So why? Because it gets in the way of their pride. All right, how can you be you think you're the best, and you keep on having this other race of people, all right, as you would call them, this other nation of people, all right, that keep on fucking just drowning you out, man. Every time you try to do something that looks cool, here it is, this brown skin guy comes over and makes you look like a piece of shit. You go and build a house, this brown guy makes a house better than you. You go over and you join football, this brown guy has a better throwing arm than you. All right, he's a better receiver than you, right? He's better, whatever than you. All right, you go and here you are, you're an awesome baseball player, right? You think, and then you got Jake over here, fucking home run every time he hits, whack, just right out of the fucking park, bam, home run. All right, just fucking going crazy, and that's getting in the way of your pride, because how can you be prideful when someone repeatedly keeps on besting you, man? Over and 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 over again. These people you're only deceiving yourself. You think you're better when you're really not. And that's these Edomites, man. They think they're better when everything leads to no, they're not. Okay? They can't cook as better. They can't clean as better. They can't play sports as better. They can't play music as better. They can't design clothes as better. They can't do nothing better than Jake. These Edomites cannot do anything better than Jake, but they're proud and they think that they can. All right, so and really what they do is to make themselves seem better than Jake. What they'll do is they'll steal inventions or buy out inventions. All right, they'll steal the. Oh, we made the light bulb. Tommy Edison made the light bulb. No, he didn't. All right, that was made by a Jake, and you can prove that. Well, we made a lot of things. Oh, well, did you make did you make AC? Did you make the fridge? Did you start the ambulance? Did you start modern plumbing? Did you start the engine? Did you start any of these things? No, you didn't. What have you done other than kill and murder and rob? Nothing. You haven't done anything, but you're proud for no reason. Psalms 52:1, all the way down through 7. It says, to the chief musician Mashal, a psalm of David, when Doeg the Edomite came and told Saul and said unto him, David is come to the house of Ahimelech. That's not Amalek. Ahimelech. Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endureth continually. Thy tongue deviseth mischief. This is speaking of Esau. Thy tongue deviseth mischiefs like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah. And what was the lesson we did the other day? We did he loves to kill. Wasn't the other one he loves to lie? Yeah, he loves to lie, and really that could have been in there. Psalms 52 and 3. All right, thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness. Selah. That could have been in there. Okay. In stopping point before we get to verse 4. We'll get verse 4. It says, "Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue." So getting getting episode 1. All right, part 1, they love to kill. Part 2, they love to lie. Part 3, they're proud. And then you're reading these things that they like to devise mischief. They like to work deceit. They love evil more than good. They like to do you see? Is it starting to paint a picture of who these devils really are? All right, and there's another one. That's another one I should do. Lord one, I remember. Slakia. Lord one, I remember. Another one we should do is through the Spirit should be damn. I just lost it. What was it? The true nature of the Edomites part, whatever. They never change. That might be the one that we have to close out with, man. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how long this series is gonna last. I'm probably gonna take an intermission tomorrow, if the Spirit's on me, because I have something I want to do for a spiritual stroll. Right, strolling in a spirit, however I called it. Right, So. We'll have to go over there and check. See, we'll just have to roll through the Spirit to see if we want to do it. Either tomorrow or the next day. Sometime during Sabbath, right? So that's when I like doing spiritual strolls. Gives me a chance. I get out of the house, and to check it out. I don't know how crazy it's gonna be tomorrow because today's Monday. Today's Monday. So We'll see how crazy it is. So today is Monday. It's the hurricane's supposed to what's Hillary? Let's go see how it's working. It looks like it's mostly out of here. It was pretty crazy last night, so that was probably the point. I don't know where it's supposed to be at. Yeah, so it looks like it's already out of here for the most part. So that's kind of unfortunate because we're going back to our regular weather. But it was fun while it lasted, right? So that's it. It should be. It's basically out of Vegas. All right, and there was a lot of accidents. Me and the wife were out last night. We had to hit the interstate. And just driving, there was just right maybe a couple hundred feet, from each other, just fucking accidents. One guy had his whole bumper ripped off because these dumbasses don't know how to drive. All right, they don't know how to drive, and they speed because they're why? Because they're proud. Some of them were Edomites. I'm just driving my car, speeding. They don't understand what a hydroplaning is, and then they fucking slip out and smash into the wall and look like a fucking retard. All right, and then they ruin their car, and we don't care. All right, let them. So, anyway, we'll have to roll to the Spirit to see when we do that. But there will be an intermission here. It's not going to be all together series, because I do want to do that walk and talk. So, but anyway, let's continue on. Let's get verse 5, right? This shows you how these Edomites are, right? Verse 1 through 4 shows you how they are. Now it continues to show how they are in verse 5 and 7, especially 7. 7's really the point. And 5, it's all the point, but the big kicking point is in 7 and in 5. In verse 5, Psalms 52 and 5, it says, "The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever." Who's that speaking of? Esau. All right, he's going to destroy thee. Who is thee? Esau. The Most High is going to destroy Esau forever. It says, "He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living, Selah." All right, so, enjoy it while you still can, Edomites, because it's not going to last too long. In verse 6, the righteous, which is going to be Jake, all right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, most notably the righteous, right? So that's going to be the elect, who we're hoping to be, right? We're hoping to be part of the elect, right? "The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him." Lord willing, we're part of the elect. I myself, as well as you brothers and sisters out there, we're going to be laughing at these guys. Like, look at him. Look at Esau, man. He thought he was something. He was nothing. Look, the Most High is tearing his ass up. We're going to laugh at him. All right, we're going to be afraid, but we're also going to laugh at him as well. It's going to be like almost like a bittersweet, a fear, but a relief at the same time, man. Okay? In verse 7, why? What's going on? What type of person is Esau? Verse 7, "Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High his strength." Esau never trusted in the Most High. He was proud. He could do it himself. "I can do it myself." Said, "Lo, this is the man that made not the Most High his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches." He can do it through money, right? "And strengthened himself in his wickedness." Through wickedness and through riches, he can do it himself. He doesn't need the Most High, right? Doesn't need the Lord. He can do it himself, right? He doesn't need the Most High to help him with food. He can just steal it from all the other nations, right? He doesn't need the Most High to help him with clothing or materials. He can just steal it from the other nations, right? That's how Esau thinks, all right? And it's hard for us to think like that because we're not the Edomites, okay? We're not the Edomites. Now, that guy, I tell you, that Jake at my work, that sometimes he's the only guy at my work that I talk a little bit of truth with. Of course, I keep it to an extent, that he can understand. He listens to all the, Charleston White, and he listens to Umar Johnson, Black to Africa, and there's this other guy he watches. He's into all this stuff. He knows about the Moors and he knows about Israel, but he gets it all mixed up. And I try to correct him a little bit, but every time I do, I can see it in his eyes that he's not getting it, right? Because he'll talk to me about it, and he just doesn't. It doesn't. Like, you'll see, he's like, because he'll be like, because I was telling him about the Moors are really the Israelites, and the Israelites, obviously they come from Israel, because he keeps on going about this Africa. I say, and while there were Israelites in Africa, they're not from Africa. All right, and then he talked about they came on a boat, and so he's got stuff, but it's not. He's watching all these people, and it's fucking his mind up. But anyway, I bring this up because we were talking, because he brought up, he's like, why do these these devils, these elites, all right, these Europeans. All right, and I told him, he knows about, the Edomites. I told him about the Edomites and all that stuff, because, he knows these things. He watches them, but he can't, the Most High's got his mind in a messed up state right now. He's like, he knows of the truth, but he's not in the truth, and I wouldn't even say he really knows of the truth. He knows pieces of things that are elements of this truth, all right, that, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone teach, but a lot of the stuff's outside sources, almost, it's not necessarily comedic, but this guy, he's got some sense in him, but I'm not sure if this guy has a chance of waking up, because he's older, he's an older guy, he's a little bugged out, right? So, he knows some things, but he was talking, he says, why is it that, these white people do these things, all right? Because he knows that, even though I look like this, that I go back to, so I'm a so-called Mexican, as they call it, white Mexican, right? So, that's worldly, I would be called, right? But, the correct tribe would be Issachar, but I actually believe I go back to Judah, all right? So, through the Spirit. But he was talking and saying, why do these Europeans do these things? Why do they do this and do that, and what's their end goal, or why do they do these things? And I told him, I said, well, look, we're not them, so we can't think like them, all right? And he understand that. He got that. He was like, yeah, that makes sense. And they're like, we're not them. We don't think like they do. Okay, so and I brought that up because we were just talking about that. We can't, we can talk about these things, but we don't understand exactly how it is to the T, because we're not the Edomites. All right, the Edomites, and Jake, for certain things, we, can be very, wicked in some ways, all right? And in a lot of ways, Jake can be wicked, but it's different than the wickedness of the Edomites, okay? It's different than the wickedness of the Edomites. The Edomites have, a special flavor of wickedness that only they can do, right? That's just how it is. It's specifically formulated for them, right? So that's basically what we wanted to touch on. We can't understand these devils' wickedness to the whole point. There are very exceedingly wicked jakes, right? But it's still, it's still not the same as Esau's wickedness, because they are the wicked, all right? They are the wicked. And these people don't trust in the Most High, okay? And there are jakes that don't trust in the Most High, but it's not on the same level as Esau. Esau has a different ulterior motive for why they don't trust the Most High, right? So let's move on to the next one, again, because we're dealing with the Edomites' pride, right? Here's another one, Psalms 10:1-9. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride," there you go, "the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor." Basically, why aren't you helping is what's being asked in this, right? It says, and the Lord does help, all right, he does. It says, "Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thyself in times of trouble?" Because those things have to go about, all right? That's the Lord that's orchestrating those things at the end of the day. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." Abhor means to hate something. "The wicked, through the pride," there it is again, "the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity." And adversity means trouble. I'll never be in trouble. I'll never go through any hardships. That goes back to pride, right? "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, and in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net." And there's a lot of stumbling blocks and traps out there, right? So let's get more, all right? Because we got to, we talked a bit and explained some things. Now we just got to hit the scriptures proving that these people are proud. And these are all dealing with the Edomites. All dealing with the Edomites. Habakkuk 2:5. Here's another one showing you the nature of Esau. "Yea, also," Habakkuk 2:5, "yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied." Esau is unsatisfiable. They just want. It says, "But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." Okay, so that's, again, he's proud, all right? The wicked in the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. Why? Because he's proud. Made the Most High not his strength. Why? Because he's proud, right? Going back to Habakkuk 2:5, as it says, he is a proud man. He's proud. That's Esau. All right, that's the true nature of the Edomites. They are proud. They're murderers. They're liars. They're prideful, right? They're proud. Hey, but, let's get Obadiah 1:1-4. Because, it's deceiving. They're not really who they think they are. That goes back. We looked up what pride means, and it goes back to that word arrogant. All right, thinking that you're, arrogantly superior, disdainful, all right, thinking that you're better than you really are, right? So Obadiah 1:1-4. Check it out. It says in verse 3 is the point in this one. Obadiah 1:1, starting with Obadiah 1, starting Obadiah 1, starting with verse 1. Satan messing with my tongue. Verse 1, the vision of Obadiah. "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold," check this out. Remember when we were talking about Esau's on the bottom? "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised." They're the small even among the heathen. All right? "I made thee small among the heathen." All the heathens are over you, all right? Even the other heathens, Ammon and Ishmael and Ham, they're over you, Esau. They're above you. You're on the bottom, man. You're on the bottom. Okay? "The pride of thine heart," verse 3, "the pride of thine heart," here you go, Esau, "the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Salakia, "the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock." And that's Esau. whose habitation is high, because you're always living in skyscrapers and all this shit, right? That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's how proud you are. Who shall bring me down? No one's gonna bring me down. Yeah, but guess what? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Who's gonna bring me down? The Lord, Esau. That's who's gonna bring you down. The Lord. It's not gonna be good for you either. It's bad for your health. You know? So let's get Jeremiah 49 and 16. And it's an extra one that we had left over. Jeremiah 49 and verse 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, there it is again, pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Oh, there it is again. Who dwellest in the clefts of the rock? Speaking of Esau, look. It was land given to the Edomites. Okay, it was the territory that the Most High gave to Esau. If you look at Mount Seir, dwell in the clefts of the rock. That is the clefts of the rock. That is Edom. See what it's talking about? Talking about whatever it was trying to talk about. No, it's talking about this. You Christians don't understand shit, man. All right, you don't understand anything. You can't understand you can't tell the difference between your ass and your elbow, man. All right. And I don't mean the Christians can't understand shit as in referring to the truth, but you can't understand anything. Okay? You can't understand anything. You don't understand anything, man. You don't understand history. All right, you can't even tell. Come on now. Look at Mount Seir. Oh, Mount Seir, Mount Seir was a place that was given to the Edomites. All right, that's the clefts of the rock. That's the clefts of the rock. Do you see it? See the clefts of the rock? Do you see where they dwell? They dwell in the clefts of the rock. Do you see that? Do you see how they're dwelling there? Do you see how it was a place where the Edomites lived, in the clefts of the rocks, where they were living? In the clefts, right? Where? Of the rocks, right? They were dwelling where? The Edomites, where? In the clefts of the rock? Come on, get with it. Christians, you don't even got it, man. You don't got it. You can't even answer a simple question. Come on, man. Who dwells in the clefts of the rocks? Esau. Where? Mount Seir. Why? Because that's where they built. Why? Because that's the land that the Most High gave them. Right there. That's where they were dwelling. In mountains. In the clefts of the rock. Come on. Jeez. You guys ain't got it at all. You try to look up information, you can't get it. That's how dumb you Christians are. You don't understand anything. You don't understand anything. You'd lose your fucking mind if it wasn't bolted within your brain. Bolted within your skull. You'd lose it. Oh, I don't know where it went. You already lost your brain. Alright? See, the clefts. What are the clefts? Places of concealment, retreats. Is that not, take refuge, a rift in rocks? Is that not? Is this not? Is this not? Let's go back because we got to get it. Here it is. It's baby hour for those who don't. Got to explain it to fucking people that have shit for brains. Take refuge in rift of rocks. A rift in rocks. What is a rift in rocks? A rift in rocks. What is a rift in rocks? All right, a rift. First of all, what is a rift? Get some definitions. Rift, a crack, a split, a break in something. A rift in rocks. A crack in rocks. Are these not breaks or cracks in rocks that they've done? It's manufactured, right? They man-made cracks and rifts in rocks, right? A rift in rocks. And to take refuge. What is refuge? Look up that word. What is refuge? What does this word mean? Let's see.
Refuge.
Shelter, protection, shelter, protection. So there's a big hole in a rock that's used for shelter. Is this not big holes in rocks that are used for shelter? People lived here. Come on, get with the program, you Christians. You just don't want to because it'll make you look bad. That dwelt in the clefts of the rock. Let's go back. All right, let's go back again. So we got the clefts. All right, what are the clefts of the rock? Of the rock. So a crag, a cliff, a rock, right? So there you go, a cleft of the rock. So a crack in the rock that they live in, that they dwell in, right? Why? For shelter. Is that not what that is? That's what it is. Get with the program. God damn. Jeremiah 49 and 16. Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, And the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Where was the clefts of the rock? In Mount Seir. Who's dwelling in Mount Seir? Edom. Who is thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock? Edom. There you go. Not that hard to get with, all right? All you got to do is a little bit of research and look into some words, but you Christians don't understand nothing. Nothing. O thou that dwellest in clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou should make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. All right, continuing on with the scripture that we got earlier in Obadiah 1 and 1 through 4, right? So 1 and 1 through 4. The Lord's going to bring these people down. They're proud. They have pride of thine heart. It's deceived thee, right? It has deceived thee, right? Which means, what is the word? What is deceive? What does it mean to deceive? If you deceive... Deceive of and this is why, the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, tell you to look up definitions, because you people don't understand fucking anything. You don't understand words. All right, you don't understand history. You don't understand landscapes. You don't understand places. You don't understand, what the word crag and cliffs are and cleft of the rock. You don't understand any of these things. You don't understand anything. And you damn sure don't understand a holy book such as the Bible and the things that are written within. If you can't understand basic fucking, geography, all right, of this is there, that is there, this is that, if you can't understand those things, then how... You can't understand that this land was once this land. You can't understand that you don't understand anything. What do you understand? You don't understand how to kill and murder and maim and lie and steal and be prideful, right? That's what you understand, but everything else you don't understand. Deceive. It says, of a person to cause someone to believe something that is not true, typically in order to gain some personal advantage. Swindle, defraud, cheat, trick, hoodwink, hoax, dupe, take in, mislead, delude, fool, outwit, misguide, lead on, right? All these different words, entrap, ensnare, beguile, rip off, all right? That's who you've done. You've ripped us off, all right, of our heritage. You've tried to rip us off of it, all right? And it's coming out that you don't add up to the people, all right? And then you have to go back and do more lying and more killing and being prideful again, right? The pride of thine heart has deceived you, right? Thy terribleness, Jeremiah 49:16, thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. There you go. Who's the person dwelling in the clefts of the rock? Esau, Edom. How do we know that? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, looking up definitions, and that's why the elders and apostles of Great Millstone tell you that. Read words, man. Understand what words mean, because once you understand words, all this bullshit that you guys try to do, it just flies right out the fucking equation. All right. Oh well, no, we can be grafted in again. What does again mean? Riddle me that, Batman. All right, as the Riddler. Riddle me that, Batman. Riddle me this, Bat. Here, let's play it.
There's no escape, Riddler. Where are the bombs?
Not so fast, Batman. Answer my riddle and I shall tell all that you want. Get it wrong and Gotham shall fall.
Damn you, Riddler.
I have cities, but no houses.
It's not it, but but riddle me this, Batman. All right. So yeah, riddle us this, Esau. Right? So, because you can't get anything, man. And I lost my point, but hey, these Edomites ain't got it. These ain't got it. They ain't got it, right? And you ain't got the spirit dealing with you, all right? And that's why the elders and apostles tell you to get with words. And look at these words. What do these words mean? That's what I was saying. I was going on about they don't understand a word as simple as again. Riddle me this, Batman. All right, riddle me this, Esau. The word again means what? Graft. If you are grafted in again, do you know what the word again means? Look, let's go to that scripture real quick. Let's take a diversion. Graft them in again. And there's just many ways we can tear that construct down. All right, Romans 11:23. It says, and if they also we'll just get 23 and 24. It says, and they also, if they abide not still in unbelief, shall be grafted in, for the Most High is able to graft them in again For if thou were cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and you were never part of the wild tree at all, so you couldn't be put back in, you were never a part of it. If you were cut out of it, it's like you. If you were cut out of it, right, you could be grafted back in. If you were cut out of that olive tree, you were not part of that olive tree, you were not cut out of it, so you cannot be grafted back in. For if thou were cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these which be the natural branches be grafted into their own olive tree? All right, so going back, for the Most High is able to graft them in again. This is how simple this argument is to break. Again, definition, define again. Wait for it to load. Esau's messing with my internet because they think it's funny. Come on. Everything else was working. Now we try to prove this point, and we know they're listening on fucking, through the TV or on my phone or through, the Google thing. All right. We know they're listening to it, so now they're getting upset and they're cutting it. Site can't be reached. Why? Now they allowed it. All right.
Again.
All right.
Again.
There you go. You hear it? Again. Another time, once more. Another time, once more. One more time. One more time. Once more. One more time. Again. Another time. Once more. Returning to a previous position or condition. Not in addition to what was already mentioned. That's not again. That's not how it works. All right. Esau tries to add that to back themselves up. Returning to a previous position. Were you part of that tree? No, you weren't. So how could you return to a previous position of being on that tree unless previously you were a part of that tree? Another time. Were you there before? No. Then how can you do it again? It doesn't make sense. Again means once more. One more time. A second time. One more time. A second time. See how easy it is to break down? See how it is to break down? You can't. You don't understand basic words, E. All right, and that's why we're done. All right, it's Psalms 49:11. Getting back onto these people pride. We don't even have to. That's an old argument, but these people are dumb. These people don't understand anything. All right, they don't understand anything. They can't tell the difference between shit and Play-Doh, man. All right, let me grab a drink and we'll continue on. All right, Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. We're going to continue on. We're going to stay forever. That's why these Rockefellers and Vanderbilts and all this stuff, they practice inbreeding, all right? Having sexual relationships with their sisters, with their mothers, right? With their, close relatives, right? Keeping it in the family, right? And they do that. Why? Because they understand, they think that their house is going to dwell forever. And one of the ways that they do that is they want that money to be generational. Because they understand, while you simple-ass, dumbass Jakes don't understand it, a lot of you dumbass Edomites don't understand it, the top elite very well do understand it. Because in order to lie, you must know the truth. As the apostles have taught us, right? They very much do understand about how reincarnation works, and that's always through the bloodline of your father. So they understand if they keep on doing that and they keep it in the family by, popping their sisters and popping their mothers and stuff like that, and they do that and they keep it in the family, that wealth is going to stay generational. It's not going to move outside to other families. They're always going to have that wealth within that family, right? They understand that. That's why they do that. Why? Because they think that their houses are going to continue forever. They're going to continue those territories, those mansions and castles and all the things that they've had for generation upon generation. They do those things, incestuous actions and wickedness, in order to be able to solidify the fact that they're going to be able to continue coming back to that. But they think they're going to be able to do that forever. All right? And it's like it says, in their dwelling places to all generations. Let's read it. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Africa was named after, Africanus. All right, John Africanus. All right. Leo Africanus. Leo. All right, Leo Africanus or John Leo Africanus. Right, that's who Africa was named after. All right, and then you have Amerigo Vespucci. All right, America was named after. Right, from whose name? America. And look, it's a white guy. If you go back to who John Africanus was, look what color he was. All right, he was a so-called white guy. All right, so there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So there you go. They, and their dwelling place is all generations. They think it's going to be generational. They keep that generational wealth. They keep that generational property, right? And they think as long as they keep it within the family by popping their sisters and their mothers or however they're doing it, that it's going to keep on coming back and they're going to be fine. They're going to continue to have it and have it and have it and have it and have it. Like it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. They don't ever think there's going to be a stop to it. Just like the other one said, the other scripture we had said, I shall never be in adversity. Okay, they don't think anything's ever going to befall them that's terrible. They think they're going to continue to keep doing this. They're going to put that chip in people. They're going to get more control, and they're going to, turn it into a fucking dystopia, which it's already a dystopia. All right, look up that word. There's some homework word, all right, for you. Dystopia. So we're going to get the last one, all right, Isaiah 14:12-22, and then we're going to close out, because these people are so prideful. They think that they're literally going to be God or like God, all right, the Most High, whose real name is Yahweh, right? They literally think they're going to be like him, the Father and Son, actually, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, they think they're going to be, not only do they think they're going to be like him, they think that they're going to be better than him and have more control. Now, if that ain't fucking pride, then I don't know what is. You think you're going to be better than the creator of the world? That is some pride. That is going back to the title of the lesson, the true nature of the Edomites, part 3. They are proud. They're proud people, man. They think they're going to be better than the Lord. How can you think you're going to be better than the person who created everything? That's some pride. Bear with me. All right, so it says, Isaiah 14:12, we're going to go all the way down to 22. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, again, another word for Esau Edom, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, and I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation and the sides of the north. And the congregation's lucky, on the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. That's what they think. They think they're going to go up and just be like the Most High. And they actually think they're going to be better than the Most High because they're that prideful. But what's actually going to happen? That's what they think because they're pride. He's a proud man, right? He transgresseth by wine. He's a proud man. What's actually going to happen? Verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, which means destruction, to the sides of the pit. Oh, so that's not anything like you thought was going to happen, Esau. Oh, that's not good for you. It's great for us, though, because the Most High is going to mess you up. Our Savior is going to mess you up. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Everybody seeing you is going to narrowly look upon, shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee. They're going to look at you, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? They're going to say, this is the guy? Really? Look at him. He looks pathetic. This is the guy? He managed to do all that? Really? Wow. When you see the true nature of how pathetic and how much of a fucking baby this person is, and that's why they're like little children, man, these Edomites. That's why they throw these fits. Except they're like babies with guns, right? Because they can go and kill when they don't get their way. Okay? Verse 18, it says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out Here, you want to know what branch you came from? Not a branch that fell off the olive tree. Here's what you are. But thou art cast out thy grave like an abominable branch. You're an abominable branch, right? As the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. All right? So the seed of evildoers, that whole lineage, that whole heritage, that bloodline of evildoers shall never be renowned. What does it mean to be renowned? Get the definition, get the words.
Renowned.
Known or talked about by many people, famous, celebrated, famed, all right, acclaimed. No one's gonna fucking talk about you, all right? You're never gonna be, proclaimed. Oh, Esau. Nope. No one's gonna give a shit about you. All right, that's it. The only thing we're going to give a shit about concerning you is if you are you picking our fields right once you're in captivity, right? Because we're going to be ruling over you, right? That's how it's going to happen, right? Those who lead in captivity shall go into captivity, right? So, and they shall be captives who captives they were, right? As roughly, whose captives they were. Isaiah 14:2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them being the heathens, most notably the Edomites, but all the heathens, in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. That's what you're going to be for, servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Who's oppressing us right now? Esau, Edom, and all the other nations. Who are we going to be ruling over? Esau, Edom, and all the other nations, right? It's going to be a power change, and you're not going to be renowned, man. All right, and the only thing we're going to be worried about, all right, about you is are you picking our fields right? Are you cleaning up the animal shit in our yard right? Because we're going to have animals and cows and who knows what other kind of animals. All right, I want to own a couple lions, all right, because I love cats. Cats are, my favorite. All right, as far as like regular animals, all right, regular house animals. If you had to choose between dogs or cats, I'm a cat guy personally. All right, I love lions. I love panthers. Bobcat, all cats. I just love cats. All right, so I want to have some big cats. All right, I think they're cool and cute looking, and of course I want to own them now because they'll fuck you up. But when we're in rulership, the animals are gonna respect us and love us, and they'd never think about hurting us because the animals be in their right state of mind. All right, and we'll be in our right state of mind. Right, so but I imagine a lion takes a pretty big shit. All right, and I'm not gonna be cleaning it up. All right, my wife's not gonna be cleaning it up. All right, so who's going to be cleaning up? The heathens. All right, when we're in the kingdom, your wives and you're not going to be doing any cleaning. You're going to have servants to do so. All right, so we're not going to be cleaning up any of those things. The servants are going to be doing. Who are those servants? Esau, Edom. All right, the other nations. Most notably Esau, because they have the biggest debt to repay. All right, so much so that after 1,000 years in the kingdom, the heathens are going to go back to their dwelling place. We'll still be ruling over them, but they won't be in bondage like, in that state before the 1,000 years, right? But after 1,000 years, Esau, they're just gonna go away. They're not gonna be kicked out or exiled out of the land. They're literally just gonna go away. They're gonna be vaporized. No more Edomites. All right, no more Edomites. They'll never return as a nation, right? As the Bible says. So that shows you what's gonna be bad for them. They're never gonna be renowned. The only thing we're gonna be worried about you in the kingdom is are you picking up the animal shit? All right, are you plowing the fields? All right, and planting seeds so our vineyards can grow. All right, are you tending the garden? All right, are you what type of work are you doing? Right, are you building that barn that we told you to build? All right, are you doing those things? All right, and if you're not, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. All right, that's how it's gonna go. Okay, but you're never gonna be renowned. Oh, look, Esau, even after you build, say if you built that. You and 4 other Edomites built an excellent barn. We're not going to celebrate you for building that barn. Congratulations, you did what the fuck you were supposed to do. All right, now get back down on the ground and start scrubbing away. That's how it's going to be for these heathens, man. When they're in captivity, it's going to be very hard. When that pride is knocked out of them and it's physically impossible for you to be proudful. Hey, it's going to be bad for you, man. It's going to be It's going to be bad for you. Try to be prideful then. It's not going to work. All right, we hope that spirit's on. We hope you try to be proud because we're going to knock you down, man. All right, we're gonna knock you down. All right, so verse 21 says, prepare slaughter for his children, Esau, Edom, all right, through the generations. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Again, going through reincarnation, right? Regeneration, right? So, every 3 or 4 generations, all right, you come back, all right? So your great-great-grandfather might have been you. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. There's not going to be Atlanta anymore. There's not going to be Washington, D.C. anymore. There's not going to be New York. There's not going to be no L.A., right? There's not going to be no states even, Chicago, Texas. There's not going to be those places, right? There's not going to be those places. They're not going to fill the cities, all right? They're not going to possess the land. We own the land of so-and-so. All right, and they're damn sure not going to own Babylon anymore because Babylon's going to be completely in ruins. There's just going to be unclean birds and foul and animals dwelling there. No one's going to be living here, all right, in this place in Babylon. All right, it's just going to be a wilderness, all right, as the scriptures say. All right, in Revelation 18 and what is it, like probably verse 3? Let's see, maybe verse 3 maybe? No, I overshot it. Verse 2, Slakia. Verse 2. I thought it was after this point, but no. Revelation 18 and 2. We could prove all things, right? And he cried mightily with a strong voice, and this is where my YouTube name come from because I love this scripture because this is talking about when Babylon gets destroyed. Revelation 18 and 2. And he cried mightily with a strong. Let's just start from 1. And after these things, Revelation 18:1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold, which would be the place, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Right? That's what's going to be dwelling in Babylon. Okay? Nobody. You're not going to build up Atlanta again, right? And closing off, let's start from 21 again. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord. You're not going to be in rulership. All your pride's going to be gone. You're going to be in captivity. It's not going to be good for you. It's going to be bad. That's it. All right, but woo. That's how it's going to be, man. All right, that's how it's going to be. You know. So that's the true nature of the Edomites, man. They're proud. They're very proud. All right, but the Most High is going to knock that pride right out. Right out, all right? It's going to be very hard to be prideful when you're picking up a lump of shit, all right? Or if you're building a house for the brown people that you once hated. It's going to be very, very hard to be proud. And you might still try it. That spirit might be on you. Guess what? We're gonna Django the fuck out of you, all right? And what I mean by Django the fuck out of you is this whip scene, right? I love this scene, the Django whip scene, all right? You know, we're gonna Django the shit out of you. You know, hey, go and build that bridge. I ain't gonna do it. That's gonna be you. As we're whipping the shit out of you. Psh, 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 psh. Yeah, you ain't gonna like that too much. Alright? You ain't gonna like that too much, are you? Alright? So that's how it's gonna be. Try being prideful in the kingdom. Try being prideful in the kingdom, Esau. It ain't gonna work out for you very well. That's the true nature of the Edomites. Alright, part 3, they are proud. Alright, and with that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakak Badash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, Shalom.